This video is going to help identify components of the appendicular skeleton. We've already reviewed the axial skeleton, so what remains is the appendicular skeleton, which is made up of the pectoral girdle, as well as the upper extremities, the pelvic girdle, and the left and right lower extremities. Let's look now more specifically at this region that we call the pectoral girdle. The pectoral girdle is made up of two bones: the scapula, which we know commonly as the shoulder blade, and the clavicle, which we know commonly as the collarbone. For now, just be able to recognize that this is the clavicle. There are some specific structures on the clavicle that you will learn later. I am going to identify some specific structures on the scapula. Right now, you are looking at the anterior view of the scapula. So this is going to be a left scapula. The first structure I'm going to point out to you is called the Coracoid Process. The somewhat larger structure is called the Acromion Process. The Acromion Process is what you feel as the tip of your shoulder. These are easily confused, so make sure you study these ones: Coracoid Process and Acromion Process. If I give you a lateral view of the scapula, you will see this indentation. This is called the glenoid fossa. This is where the rounded head of your arm bone, or your humerus, that I will show you in another video, fits in and forms your shoulder joint. So that's called the glenoid fossa. If I give you a posterior view of the scapula, you'll see a structure called the scapular spine. Notice that the scapular spine transitions into the acromion process that I've already identified for you. And the last structure of the scapula that I'm going to ask you to learn at this point is the inferior angle of the scapula. And that concludes the portions of the scapula and clavicle that you should be familiar with.